Welcome back to the channel. Today we got Indonesian War of Independence. And I'm going to dive right in. This seems like it's going to be very educating for sure. And that's one thing I like is to be educated and learn new things. So with that being said, what's smoking on my dragons, divine, righteous, almighty, greats, overachieving, never slacking. Original link will be in the description. This was uploaded by EDHAJE. I want Edhashi. Would it be Edhahi? But yeah, we're gonna dive right into it. Here we go.
Indonesia dengan ini menyatakan kemerdekaan Indonesia.
During the enemy's last hours of control in northern Holland, a spirit of wild fiesta reigns in towns and villages freed by the Canadian drive. Behind the grim years of famine and oppression, the Dutch standard is again raised in the palace of the House of Orange.
The Republic of Indonesia has been constituted with an independent government, yet the Dutch are trying to reinforce colonial rule.
We wanted to submit our differences with the national arbitration, but the Dutch repeatedly refused our request. Tore up the Ligadani agreement, and 1 hour later, launched a full-scale attack.
Aan de sturing, jullie. Ga, ga, ga.
De overheid is in het gevaar. De gebieden zijn vernietigd. Slechts zijn er nog enkele veiligheidsstrijden die wij gaan elimineren. Lebih baik kita bergerilya terus sampai Belanda angkat kaki dari bumi Indonesia. Dukungan rakyat merupakan senjata yang paling ampuh dalam melawan Belanda. Namun men ook in alle terroristische elementen.
Houd de lijn. Terugtrekken.
The Security Council of the United Nations that got so brutal, right? That I'm sure there's parts I'm probably going to have to block out for YouTube purposes, because I've reacted to, some stuff before that had some wild stuff in it, and I got a bad copyright strike with stuff like that. So it's just the worst parts, because it was showing a lot of people like really getting unalived, something serious. And so certain parts like that, I'm gonna definitely just have to kind of blur out a little bit. But the Indonesian National Revolution, also known as the Indonesian War of Independence, was an armed conflict and diplomatic struggle between the Republic of Indonesia and Dutch Empire, and an internal social revolution during post-war and post-colonial Indonesia. Just brutality. That's the best way to put that. Brutality, um, suffering, the people suffering, a lot of hatred, uh, wicked times. And I'm starting to notice, it's like when you look at majority of cultures around the world, uh, they got history of going through some severe suffering, some severe war, and usually it's the cultures with the deepest, richest history too, that I noticed have been through the most. Uh, Man, even looking at this, you've seen people kind of like taking papers and throwing it in fire. You see kids throwing rocks. Now, once again, for YouTube, this is educational purposes. Educational purposes. I feel like I gotta say that, because it'll be 2 3 months, and all of a sudden you could get a hit up that's like, oh, this video you reacted to is, it shows such and such that's against art, and then you won't even know how to deal with it. So let me put that out there right now. Educational purposes, and I am blocking out the the brutal scenes, the most brutal scenes. But this is educational purposes, and it really gives an in-depth look at what happened in history, and it's very educational, because it shows people like, man, this is what it was like for out in Indonesia. This is what they had to go through, man. And we can only grow through learning about each other's experiences. We can't fully understand another culture. We can go to school and circle the bubbles and check, and oh yeah, that happened. But I feel like we can't get a fully, at least to a certain degree, can't get a certain understanding if we don't see a visual. And I feel like this, showing us a visual like this and showing how brutal it really was, I feel like that's very educational. Right? So, with that being said, much love to the people in Indonesia. And man, that was just a lot of insight on how brutal war can be. With that being said, original link will be in the description. And I'll be back with more soon. Much love.